Welcome to the No Chill podcast, where facts get thrown out the door and no topic is too wild to get flamed.
I need you to chill.
Whether it's game-winning shots, blockbuster flops, or celebrity meltdowns,
oh, come on!
I'm calling it exactly how I see it. I've got no filter, no apologies, and definitely no chill. Let's get reckless. Aaron Rodgers has gotten married. The Steelers QB has finally made his way to minicamp with some new hardware around his hands, as Aaron announced that he's been married for a few months now. And you know what? I can see the headlines now writing themselves, because you know it's going to happen. Aaron Rodgers is about to have the worst season yet as an NFL player, and he's going to blame it all on getting married. Not the torn Achilles, not being over 40, not spending more time in the dark at a retreat than in an actual playbook. Nope, it's going to be, man, ever since I said I do, I just haven't been the same. Aaron, blink twice if she's the reason you audible into that pick six. Just let us know. Man, your QBR rating is about to drop faster than the Thunder when they have a fourth quarter lead. Ladies and gentlemen, Uncle Snoop has done it again, as BET has given him the Ultimate Icon Award this past weekend. The man's resume is stacked. Rapper, actor, coach, cookbook author, Martha Stewart's bestie. Like, come on. Snoop has an honorary degree in just chilling, which is cool with me. And what does Snoop do when he actually gets on stage to accept this award? He thanks his wife. Now that's just dropping wisdom for this younger generation. Snoop has been more relevant through every era of music, from cassette tapes to TikTok sounds. And do you know how hard that is to do? The only thing more consistent than Snoop Dogg is probably tax season. So yeah, give this man an entire garden of flowers. And yes, you know what kind of flowers I'm talking about. And put his dreads on the Music Mount Rushmore Hall of Fame. Depending on when you're watching this video, either one, Father's Day has passed, and happy Father's Day to your dad, and hopefully you got him something good, or two, you're scrambling around trying to find something for him right now. But don't worry, because if you're like me and you completely blanked and don't keep up well with dates, I've got some last minute shopping ideas for Pops. Number one, you can't go wrong with gift cards to any local restaurant, golf course, or even Amazon. Look, if your dad can't find something good he needs off of Amazon, then Amazon just isn't doing their job right. Tool sets and DIY gear. Your dad might be the handy guy in the household, so why not get him that new power tool he's had his eye on over at Lowe's? Number three, grilling gear. Maybe your dad isn't the handiest person in the household, but I bet you he can cook. And every summer, that grilling gear has got to be worn out, so assist him and get him something that benefits him and your stomach. And finally, number four, something personal from the heart. Maybe a memory lane photo book. You know, be creative, take some time and make it your own to represent what he truly means to you. And if none of these work, I'm sure a IOU dinner card works just as well. Either way, you've got some options. And finally, in our headlines, the WNBA three-point line has finally made its way to local parks. Big shout out to the local parks department out there doing the real work, as soon you will see the painting of the WNBA three-point lines on public courts, which is very big for many young female lady hoopers, because they are going to walk and step onto this court and feel as though they are truly being seen. And these three-point lines are giving Steph Curry, put some respect on my range type of energy for all these ladies. There is no more it's just women's basketball. No, this is literally equity in the paint. From courts to cultures, I just love seeing the game of basketball grow and in the right direction for the positive. So to every city worker, park director, and local hoop fan who made this possible, you deserve courtside seats to the evolution that's about to happen on these local courts. Thank you. All right, Lil Wayne dropped the Carter 6, and to say it was a letdown or a disappointment would probably be underplaying it. Wayne, it's the Carter 6 by now. We all know the drill and what to expect, but that's not what you gave us. I hit play expecting heat and got a lukewarm leftover from something you probably should have thrown away. Look, we've been waiting years for this, and we knew that when Wayne got through mastering it, it was going to be something of an all-time classic. but it wasn't. Some of the bars are fire, and if you have to subtract songs or swap out the beats to make it better, then the album was just trash, and even you can know that. Hell, I can guarantee you even Chat GPT could have made some better bars than what we got out of this album. Look, we love Wayne for the classics, but the Carter 6 probably should have been renamed Carter 6 just to confusion. If it were a movie, it would be a sequel I wasn't asking for. Sorry. Wayne, I still love you, but this just wasn't what we wanted, or was it what we expected? If you made it through this album without skipping and actually like more than 3 tracks, you deserve a medal for your work. Look, I'm not hating, I'm just giving my opinion, and I'm saying what your group chat is probably too afraid to say because they don't want to disrespect a legend. But Wayne, this was not it. Miss Carpenter is in the news as she announced her new album release date, August 29th. With the album being titled Man's Best Friend. And along with that came the album cover art of her on all fours being pulled like a leash by her hair to a man's lower waist. Now she's getting some pushback on the cover saying that it's just a little too much, it's uncomfortable for some, and it's not a very empowering image for women. So let's get serious for a second. I didn't find anything wrong with this cover. And before you go off just saying that I'm just giving my male misogynistic take on this, hear me out first. This young lady is building her brand as well as many other men and women who are artists in their industry creating art. It might not be something we fully understand or get, but it is their way of expressing themselves that the way they feel they couldn't do in their ordinary life. It's a little off-putting, yes, I will agree, but if anything, just this adds to her provocative pop persona with tongue-in-cheek satire. Now, if you've been to her tour or seen any of the Juno pose clips, she's done worse poses than this on stage. The album's lead single, Man Child, focuses on power, loyalty, intimacy, and gender dynamics, whereas the cover embodies those themes as well, giving the album its backbone. It ensures she's the one steering the conversation rather than the conversation being had about her. And what is this notion that she only has female fans, which I feel is not true. Hell, I'm a fan of hers, and as well as many other female pop singers that have her same style as well. And you know what? Let's not jump on our high horse and act like there hasn't been even more disturbing and controversial album covers before this. I mean, for example, Kesha had a bag over her head for the Gag Order album. Ted Nugent had a woman naked tied up like a turkey on his Love Grenade album before it got pulled. And let's not forget the most famous Nirvana Nevermind album that has a naked child swimming in a pool on the cover. Yet no one said anything because of how great the band was, the music on the album, and it became an instant classic for all. Sabrina is 26, coming into her own as an artist, trying to do things the right way and shake this Disney cookie cutter image she's had in the past, and that some still want to put her and place her into that box. And we've done the same with so many other Disney child stars before her. Her brand now is fully embracing her sexuality and exploring her desires, and it shows with her videos and her performance when she's on tour. I know you still want to imagine her as this little girl, but she's not that anymore. And if you're a fan of her and her music, you should be able to grow with her as well, experience new things in life, and open your mind up to new opinions. And you know what? I'm sure Sabrina is actually taking a risk herself, stepping out of her own comfort zone as well in her era of music and life. Look, she is embracing and embodying that female empowerment. But yet, if she crosses the line of being too sexual, you throw the book at her and yell that that's not what you wanted. You can't have it both ways. And no one fan is going to be happy with everything these artists do in their career. Because if you did, where's your pushback for a Lady Gaga, a Doja Cat, or as recently a SZA with her choice of getting cosmetic surgery? Look, if you supported her back then because of her talent, support her now while she's growing and blossoming into the artist she wants to become now. And finally, Boogie Cousins, a name I have not heard in years, and I'm gonna be honest with you. This dude popped up on everyone's radar as he got into an altercation with fans down in Puerto Rico at a basketball game. The former ex-NBA star that once used to dominate the paint went to extremes after a heckling fan just wouldn't let it go, as Cousins ended up grabbing his crotch towards the fan. Security quickly stepped in to remove Cousins, but just when you thought it was over, the audience chimes in and they start throwing drinks and snacks at him on his way through the tunnel. To To top it all off, the league suspended DeMarcus for the rest of the season and fined him roughly around $5,000. You know how most people go to Puerto Rico for beaches? Well, Boogie just went for the flagrant fouls and the fights. I mean, come on, bro. Do you really think grabbing your crotch was going to be low-key? You're 6'10". Everyone in this rec league gym can see what you're doing. You're not in the NBA anymore, and this crowd is spicy. They will fight back. And I'm not saying you can't handle yourself, but you are literally on an island by yourself. You can't be out here chasing guys in flip-flops. That just adds to your bad reputation. Boogie, I think it's time to hang him up and just chill in Puerto Rico for a while. I mean, you don't have to play ball. All right, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of No Chill with your boy JBSmoovv. Like I said, I will be back here week after week to give you my ridiculous rants and takes on some hot topics that come out of this week. If you have anything you'd like for me to discuss, leave it in the comments. I'll check them when I can, and I will see you back here next week.